so this episode of Sound Off's going to be a little bit different today. My co-host Mitch, he is not here today. He's a little under the weather, so it's just going to be me today. Hope y'all can take or can deal with that. So today we're going to be, you know what? It's just not really going to work. I don't think that I can do this myself. So I've got a guest today. All right, we've got my brother Ryan here. He's the one that does the videography for Sound Off. And today he's going to be accompanying me. We're going to be talking about a little bit of underground hip-hop. Before we start with the underground stuff, I would like to go ahead and take a moment to talk about a concert that I recently went to in Cincinnati. I went and saw A Day to Remember and Blink-182. They're fantastic rock bands. I've never seen either one of them live, but it was a great experience. A Day to Remember, they put on a heck of a show. Before them, they came on though, there was the All-American Rejects. They came out. Haven't heard of them since the early 2000s.
It's been a while. Didn't know they were still around.
Yeah, so me neither. So it was kind of a welcome surprise. I didn't expect them to be there. I just thought it was the two bands, A Day to Remember and Blink-182. But yeah, they put on a heck of a show. They came out full of energy. And other than the kind of where we were in the field behind the seats. So the line of sight wasn't great. But I mean, as far as they had monitors and they looked amazing. The little bit that you could see from the stage show, it was full of energy and they put on a hell of a show. And then Blink-182 came out. They actually kicked out their guitarist.
Really?
Yeah, they kicked out their guitarist a little while ago because one of them, I think it was actually Travis Barker, was in like some sort of airplane accident or something.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and he like refused to fly for like the longest time because he was just traumatized or whatever. And their guitarist, I think it was their guitarist, was being a dick, and he was like making fun of him and was like, quit being a little bitch, just yeah. So
kick somebody while they're down.
Yeah, so he's gone, but now they replaced him with the lead singer, backup guitarist from Alkaline Trio. It's a band from the 2000s, and it was very underwhelming, to be honest with you. The band played great, they sounded fine, but it just wasn't the same because the lead vocalist, they all three did lead vocals. Their lead vocalist, it's kind of like a recognized sound from it. So when you kind of replace it by somebody else, it doesn't always work. At least in my opinion, I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was still a good show. I mean, like I said, the live show and the energy they brought was fantastic. It was just.
Did they do the classics?
They did the classics. They did all the small things. They did What's My Age Again. They did what's that song? It's I Miss You. They done Stay Together for the Kids. The classics. But yeah, it was a pretty good show. But again, I just completely underwhelmed by Blink-182 just because whenever I bought the tickets, I wasn't thinking that they wasn't
replace people.
Right. But I went to see A Day to Remember. That was my main goal. But it was a pretty good show altogether. All right. So again, today we're going to be talking about a lot of underground artists here in Louisville. We're mostly focusing on rap. A lot of these are really inspired by rock, so it's not just about rap.
Yeah, they kind of dabble in all sorts of genres as far as their inspirations and kind of what their style of music is. It's I feel like Louisville's got its own style of hip hop or rap. It's kind of a blend between like rap and rock. A lot of them.
You can definitely hear the influences.
Yeah.
But we're going to start with Dusty Leigh. He's a local rapper from Louisville here. He actually went to Fairdale, our alma mater.
Yeah.
So really good guy. He's very down to earth, very humble. but his music is really good as well. His is he has a lot of rock influence in his.
I think so. He recently his first solo album came out, and it was more of a
party album.
A party album. You know, it had a lot of dance, like club music. You know, if you had a house party type stuff, you would play. His second album, he actually added a live band to a lot of the songs. Kind of took it a little bit of a different direction. Still got a couple of hits on there that are kind of like your club music, but it's more of a. I think it's more of a unified album. You know, it's got a lot of different tracks on there, a lot of different sounds that you're not used to hearing in hip hop music.
Right.
I think he done a very good job taking from the rock style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he switches a lot from like a hip hop type thing to again with a live band. I mean, there's the rock aspect, but then there's a lot. It's poppy. He's got a lot of poppy stuff on there too, but it's not like
radio pop.
Right. It's really interesting how he kind of mixes all the genres together into something that really anybody can listen to.
Yeah, it's
and thoroughly enjoy.
It's well versed, like diverse out there.
Right. And I've seen Dusty live a couple times, and I mean his stage presence is unbelievable.
He definitely puts on a good show.
He definitely does. Full of energy. He definitely interacts with the crowd very well. He's just really good guy. So definitely check out his music. His is as well as everybody else that we're talking about. Just a little interjection here. We're gonna have links to all these artists as well as the music that we think that you might enjoy.
Recently, Dusty, I follow him on all the social media. I've talked to him personally a couple times, hung out with him.
Links in this description.
He's actually working on a new album. If it's anything like some of the stuff I've heard that's unreleased, it's going to be another classic as far as the Louisville scene goes. He's definitely putting a lot of work into it. He's not afraid to take criticism and run with it, and something that's a lot of artists don't do very well. The next artist we're going to talk about, a lot of you probably know, is Bryson Tiller. He put out an album within the last year or so, and tracks like Exchange, Don't, there's several others on that album. So he's more of a hip hop R&B type artist. Album is insane. It's called Trap Soul. Taking over the charts right now. A lot of different songs on it. He's been doing some work with Drake and all of the guys over at the OVO camp with Young Money and all of them. Just a real solid album. I suggest everybody go listen to it. One of my personal favorites on the thing is 502 Come Up and Sorry Not Sorry. Those two tracks are phenomenal. Go give them a listen for sure. I think next we're going to talk about a young guy that me and John both grew up. He goes by the name Myles Kulligan.
Yep, he's a really good friend of both of ours. We grew up with him. He used to live down the street. He went to school with us, or with Ryan. But he's he's more unknown. But he's definitely a great artist. He's got a lot of stuff on Soundcloud. We'll have the link in the description. He's actually got a song that he kind of sampled Eminem's "We as Americans," and today he actually gave us an update that it had hit over 13. I think it was like 13,400 and some change listens on SoundCloud. So he's definitely kind of he kind of hides in the woodworks, really.
Yeah, and the thing about his name's Kyle. The thing about Kyle, he goes by Miles on his rap name. But the thing about him is he does it for the actual love of the music.
Right.
He's not cocky and arrogant and like some of these other local hip hop artists. I've seen him at several shows. These hip hop artists here in Louisville, sometimes think that they're stinking. And Kyle isn't like that. He does it because he truly loves music,
Right.
and the creativity behind it. So go give him a listen. Follow him on his social media. You may be impressed with him, and hopefully you like him.
All right, so the next group that we're going to be talking about is the Villebillies. Again, this is one of those bands or groups that you probably have heard of. They've done a lot of stuff with Nappy Roots. So they've
Ritz.
with Ritz as well from Strange Music, and he was with Yellow Wolves group too.
Yeah, Yellow Wolves with Some American.
Right. Yeah. So so they've all kind of intermingled, but that's where they've gotten a lot of their publicity from. But the Villebillies, great band.
And they've been around for a long time. They've kind of withstood, a test of time as far as it goes in the music industry. They never made it super big. Locally, they're huge. Within the Nashville area, Louisville, Ohio, those
Right.
kind of areas. Huge band. Like John said, they've done songs with Nappy Roots, Ritz, Buckshot. They have a record label that they do a lot of underground music with. It's called Island Earth Music.
Yeah.
They
Produce all their own stuff.
they produce everything. They got a full band. Real good music. They've been around for a long time. They are in the studio. Actually, just finished a new album. It's set to be released in, I want to say, the end of this month. Maybe we can look that up and get a clarification. But I want to say it's the end of this month they're going to be releasing it, and it's going to be. It's called Holy Water. I do know that. It's supposed to be everything I've heard from it's going to be very good.
Right, and their style, it definitely leans more towards rock than some of these other the artists that we've discussed. Again, that comes with having the full band. It's basically like a decent rock group that just has people rapping over it, and it works really well.
They do have a very interesting style. They are very rockish, but at the same time, every once in a while, in their songs you'll hear these rap flows that really kind of surprise you if you don't know that they have it in them.
Right.
So, definitely go listen to them. One of my favorites from them is "Talk to Me." Very good song. They got a lot of great party music like "Fill My Cup," "Flask and a Gun" is another good one. Just go give them a listen. The next group we're going to talk about is actually Elephant Room, which is on their record label,
Right.
Island Earth Music. Local group from Brandenburg, Kentucky.
We're up to 270. Right.
That's right. One of their biggest songs that they put out is "Dracula" featuring Ritz. Great song. This is a band that raps over everything.
Right.
Chevy Chase raps for him. A hell of a rapper, freestylist. He's got several videos on YouTube. You need to go check him out. They're doing a show in September with Run DMC and Public Enemy, Rakim, and Sir Mix-a-Lot. So that's going to be a big show for them. That's going to be in Wisconsin.
So they've obviously get recognition from outside of the local team. So that's one of those things that they've definitely kind of transcended very quickly. I mean, I've only known about them for 2 or 3 years that I've heard of them. I mean, have they been around much longer than that?
Yeah, whenever I shot some local concerts and stuff, and I was Mob Style's photographer for a while. Mob Style Records out of Louisville, Kentucky. And we're going to talk about one of their artists up next. They did a lot of shows with the Elephant Room and Villebillies, and so I got to see them live a couple times and kind of watch them grow. And they've continued to evolve and become this hip hop band of sorts that's kind of taken over the Midwest. Like I said, Chase does a hell of a job. Shelby does good. Their DJ's phenomenal.
DJ Boogie.
Yeah. So they're bringing it. And then one of the other artists we're going to talk about that's signed is Buckshot. He's been in the rap game for probably as long as I can remember. Made a lot of albums here in Louisville. He just released one called Assimilation, and he released that at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Got a big following there with the Juggalos and the underground scene with strange music and such.
Because he's his lyrics are, a lot of them are, I don't want to say they're on track with like ICP because it's different. It's much different. But it is like it's darker.
It's like a horror hop,
right?
Is what they referenced it as.
Right.
And I will say he's just re-released the album Helter Skelter.
Great album, by the way.
Great double album.
Yeah.
It's got features on it from, let's see, Chris Calico, Strange Music, T Razor, another local artist, pretty good rapper, Demi from the Villebillies, Kid Crusher, Jelly Roll, Ritz, Crucifix, Crazy Bone.
When you get one of the bones on your record,
another young guy out of the Elephant Room Camp, Josh Woods. We didn't touch on him. He's a great lyricist. Check him out as well. He's got Haystack on the album. Mixed Magic, another local Louisville artist, and you go check out. And he's done a lot of stuff with Tech Nine. And like I say, he's been in the game for years. Shout out to Buckshot. I've worked a lot with him before. I started shooting a lot of his concerts many years ago. Puts on a hell of a show. You wouldn't expect it sometimes when you see it, but he definitely is bringing the game still, and he's been in the game strong for probably close to 15, 20 years now. So he's still makes music that's relevant.
And he runs Mob Style, right?
Yeah, he is been running Mob Style for years now. Him and I believe Casey Hustle was like the executive producer on a lot of the albums, and him and Casey started the Mob Style label. I'm not sure, who's actually running it now. I know Buckshot's still, in charge. But he's covered a lot of music and done a lot of shows. He's kind of still touring, and he raps about stuff he knows, which is something that's in today's game not as common.
Everybody raps about stuff that they know nothing about just because it's topical. But yeah, he's definitely not Drake.
Yeah, he definitely wrote his own stuff, and I can prove that and vouch for him.
Yeah.
The last two artists I'm going to kind of mention are two guys that I know personally that are working on personal projects. Young guy, Pogo Flows from Butler High School here in Louisville, Kentucky. Been putting out some stuff on Soundcloud. We're going to give you the link below. Follow him on Snapchat for sure. Pogo Flows on there. Hilarious guy. You're going to like his music. And another one, haven't heard the album yet, but he just informed me the other day he's releasing an EP that's going to be Keith Miller. Not sure what name he's using on the album, but we're going to be shooting his cover for that soon. And it's supposed to, I'd say it's probably going to be a good one because he's got some talent there.
All right, so that's all we've got today. But yeah, like I said, if you want to check out any of these artists, the links are in the description to all their social media pages, as well as some SoundCloud. I guess you classify that social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have all the links in the description, so definitely check them out because there's definitely some unfound talent there.
For sure.
So check that out. Also, check out our Facebook page. We've got a Twitter page.
Twitter page is @SoundOff Web Show. Facebook, just type in Sound Off.
Right.
I believe it should pop up.
Sound Off.
You'll be able to find us.
Yep.
YouTube channel. You already know where that's at because you're watching this video.
Yep. Subscribe, like, and subscribe.
Share it.
And comment for anything that you'd like to see or hear. And also, if you know of or you are a local artist, we would love to do some more of these kind of underground local artists.
And maybe eventually
segments.
some interviews.
Right. So if you know of or if you yourself are an artist or in a band, by all means, send us your information to soundoffwebshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, feel free to attach a track or two if you want us to give something a listen.
Right.
We'll definitely give you honest feedback. I know John and Mitch will check that email frequently.
Right.
If they have something on there that you want me to listen to, just put attention to Ryan, and I'll check it out. Also, a little shameless plug here. Go follow Ryan Kendall Photo on all of the social media sites. Instagram's at Ryan Kendall Photo, Twitter RK Photo 502, and website rkphoto502.com. And give me
All
a
that'll
follow
be in
on
the
there.
description as well.
Yeah, give me a follow on there. John, I appreciate you having me on this week.
No, not a problem. I appreciate you filling in for my sick co-host. So-
Anytime.
But yeah, that's all we got today. Again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe again, because these videos aren't stopping anytime soon. All right.
All right, have a good week.